And while we're in front of the Supreme Court, there are a few people in America, quite a handful of people, who have taken this law to the courts and have been fighting for us. One of those people is Attorney General from Virginia, King Cuccinelli.
Good afternoon. You know, that's exactly what it sounds like when I go into the Washington Post. All right, maybe not quite like that. Not quite like that. You know, yesterday was the second anniversary of the president signing this bill. That's the bad news. The good news is yesterday was the 237th anniversary of Patrick Henry's Give Me Liberty or Give Me Death speech. And he gave that speech at St. John's Church in Richmond. That's in Virginia for some of you all. And then it was called in Henrico Parish on Broad Street in Richmond. And 2 years ago yesterday, 17 blocks west on the same street is where we filed the first lawsuit by any state that got the individual mandate declared unconstitutional. Now, many of you remember reading about that earthquake we had in Virginia last August. We don't have a lot of those in Virginia. That was right near Montpelier. So obviously what had happened is James Madison was turning over in his grave. Well, hopefully the Supreme Court will put him back right come June. And this is going to be a dramatic week, and then we're going to wait 3 months to see if we still have a limited government of enumerated powers or not. That's what we're waiting on. But I will tell you here today that whatever the outcome of that, the battle for the principles that are at stake in this case will go on in these elections this year. They will go on this year. And, you know, we've all heard the hyperbole in elections, but I think I can make the case that you will never live through a more important election than this year. Ever. And if you ever picked a year to leave it all on the field, 2012 is the year. In 2010, this healthcare issue helped propel more constitutional conservatives into the House of Representatives than ever before. Ever before. So we've sent reinforcements for the right side. Now we need to take out the other side and move them right out of the White House. Move them right out of the White House. And get Senator DeMint and Congressman King and all the good folks in Capitol Hill some reinforcements and take our country back. And take our Constitution back. It means what Dr. Seuss on the Constitution. It means what it says, and it says what it means. That's right. And in Virginia, we've got a Senate race. We're ground zero for the presidential race. We're going to be fighting this one all the way through. And one thing I did with some of my colleague attorneys general that you all would appreciate, and I'd like you to spread it around, we cataloged 21 of the violations of the law or the Constitution or court orders by this president and his administration. And I said then, and it's been completely unchallenged by the left, which is interesting. It's an admission by silence, that he and this administration represent the greatest set of lawbreakers to ever run the federal government in our lifetimes. The rule of law itself is at stake. Are we going to be a government of men or laws? We will find out in November. We will find out in November. And I know who Patrick Henry and James Madison are rooting for. Did I mention they're Virginians? In case any of you had forgotten that small point. But I'm so glad to see you all here weathering the weather And what I want you to do is go home, and I want you to push like you've never pushed before for 7+ more months so we can take this country back, we can take Congress back, and so we can get our Constitution back, something the founders would be proud of. This Constitution matters. God bless all of you. Thank you very much.